I heard a quote today. Action precedes motivation. How many times have you felt like there's something you really want to get done, but you just can't find the motivation to do it? There is no independent motivation. You see how there's an action that's happening there? It's us doing action. What we're doing is believing we need permission from ourselves to start taking action. We could just do that action. No pushing back against ourselves, allowing ourselves to be free, not living in fear. It's amazing how easy it is to run away from our own life, run away from what we love, and in the whole time we're running, be hurting over the fact that we're not doing what we care about, what you want to do, that vision. And then the whole day can pass by while you stress about not getting it done. And then you go to sleep feeling guilty about how you wasted that day and you didn't get any closer to your goal. I'm here today to tell you to let go of that. We have to let go of things like that. That does not serve you. And I'm telling myself this. Action precedes motivation. Action is irreducible. You can sit and think about action. You can sit and talk about action. You can sit and study about action. You can sit and fantasize about action. You can imitate yourself doing an action, but the action is the action. There is no representation. Stop thinking, start doing. Get your body in motion. Get the process going. That is where you make contact with your goals. That is where you shape your life and you make what you want with it during action. You know what's even stranger? Is that when you were born, you had no fear of taking action. You were fully active. We come into this world with action at our fingertips. We start flailing around and feeling and grabbing and crying and screaming and breaking and exploring. The process of living in this world confines us, constrains us. It makes us feel like we have to ask permission to be. It makes us feel like we have to ask for permission to express, like we need to know the right answer in order for us to take the first step on our journey. I wish I would have done that. No, the moment you think that, you can take a step. It doesn't have to be a leap. There's this commonality that I've seen with my students over the years, and I've noticed myself doing it, and that is this fear of the people. Well, what will people think, right? It's so embarrassing. I don't want people to see me struggle. Who is people? Have you ever met this magical people before that is watching every single move you make? It's you. Who are people? I'm the one watching all my actions. I'm the one that has the say over how I feel about myself, what my value is, what I believe in, who I am, what I love, what I treasure, what my dreams are, what I'm free to express, what I'm free to think. And it's like we internalize all the negative we think about ourselves through the lens of society. We internalize the gaze of society judging us. I still spent 5 minutes trying to figure out, should I change clothes? Because I have a coffee stain right here on my shirt, and I almost let that hold me back. And if you think you and I are alone in this, trust me, we are not. 3,000 years ago, philosopher Lao Tzu wrote, "The journey of 1,000 miles begins with a single step." It does not matter how big the journey is. You start with action every time, and nothing changes without taking action first. And in voice learning, action is the first principle. You start with action. You produce sound. You start vocalizing. Vocalizing what? It doesn't matter. You just have to get started. And once you get started, then you can test boundaries. Then you can go to sleep without feeling guilty over having not taken a step towards your goals. And this isn't just for you, this is for me. I want to produce more. I want to share more. I want to express more. I write essays and never release them, and they just sit around because I think they're not perfect yet. It's not done. I'm over it. Literally done with it. And I hope you'll join me in being done with it as well. Don't wait around for motivation. Action is the fountain for knowledge of how. And we only learn how by doing. Knowledge is prospectively bound for each person. I can tell you what the steps might be. I can tell you what works for most. I can tell you how to try out those steps. But again, knowledge of what is different than knowledge of how. And we learn knowledge of how from action directly. There's this quote I heard a long time ago. You don't have to be great to start, but you have to start to be great. Over the next couple days, when you get in a situation where something needs to be done or you really want to do something and you start to find yourself thinking about it, shut your brain off, head empty, no thoughts, action only. Once you get into it, you'll feel better. You can achieve it. You can do that. And you do not need anyone's permission. You certainly don't need my permission to do that. Don't play the monologue game. Well, tomorrow, I could do that later, or, I don't have that thing. No, in the dialogue, nope, don't allow it. Move on, because you'll feel like shit the more you do that. Just take a single step towards your goal, and this will get you moving in the right direction. It's about building inertia towards your goals, not about your entire goal right now. No, as long as we think about the whole task, the whole action, one big thing that we have to do now or later, then we won't do it now. That internal monologuing is where you're just going to build up rhetoric against yourself. Oh, I need to get the motivation. Motivation, go into action, go. Do anything other than monologue. And then once you start doing, then you start thinking while you're doing. And now you're in the right environment. You're in the space of action where the thing you're trying to do lives. And now you can think about it in a constructive and meaningful, embodied way. Not in a way where your body's sitting there in a chair and you're imagining the dream coming closer to you, but you're not any closer to the dream. Use your action and get closer to what you care about. No one else can do it other than you. You just have to get started. That's all I have to say for this video. I hope it finds you well. I'm looking forward to sharing more videos with you shortly. I've been doing a lot on my Patreon lately. I've been doing a weekly workshop, so if you want to come by and say hey, feel free. Take care.